This is a game of Bobby Fischer, which went around the world and made him famous everywhere. And at the time he played it, he was just 12 years old. 12 years old. His opponent is Donald Byrne, playing with white, experienced grandmaster. And we have a typical Grunfeld scenario here, meaning white has occupied the center with pawns, b4, e4, and has space advantage. And on the other hand, black is well developed. Note that he has castled and white hasn't. And he will try to undermine white's center. And it's black to play here. And the question is, how would you play as black? Bobby found a very strong way, very forceful continuation. Yeah, look out for knight forks. Knight a4. Very good. That's what Bobby played. The idea, of course, is to deflect this knight c3 from the central point e4. So the basic idea is knight takes a4, knight takes e4, and this is very good for for black, as we shall see. And you found this move, knight a4, very good. Congratulations. Knight a4. Very nice sacrifice. The idea is to deflect this knight c3, and after knight takes a4, now black's knight jumps to e4 with a very nice fork, attacking the queen on c5 and the bishop on g5, and here black regains his piece with a clear advantage. For example, bishop takes e7, knight takes c5, bishop takes d8, knight takes a4, and it's clear here the material is still balanced, but black is clearly winning. Bishop is attacked, development advantage, b2 is hanging, and so on. So this is clearly lost for white. This is why after knight a4, Byrne went back with his queen, went to a3, knight takes c3, pawn takes c3, and now the question is whether black can play knight takes e4. Desirable move, of course, but we must forget that white is hitting e7 with both his bishop and the queen on a3. So would you play knight to e4 here, or would you play something else? Knight to e4, that's what you played, and you're absolutely right. Black doesn't, by no way, doesn't have to be afraid of capturing on e7, and we shall see that after bishop takes e7, white's position will collapse very soon, and also Bobby Fischer played knight takes e4. You found it, very good. Knight takes e4. That's what Fischer played, and now Byrne replied, bishop takes e7, what else can you do? Otherwise he will just be a clear pawn down. Bishop takes e7, and now black just went away with his queen, queen b6, and here Byrne played bishop c4. If he had captured on f8, we see what development advantage can mean. Bishop takes f8, just bishop takes f8, attacking the queen. White is an exchange up, but he's completely lost. For example, after queen c1, black goes rook e8, threatening a discovered check in the e-file, and after bishop e2, black can go knight takes c3, emphasizing his dark squared superiority. Queen takes c3, bishop e4, winning the queen. Just a sample variation. This is clearly won. And also after, for example, after bishop f8, if white offers the trade of queens, black's position is so strong, it just takes back rook e8 again with a threat like knight g3, knight c3, and white is just hopeless. Bishop e2, knight takes c3, attacking e2, and white's position collapses. Rook d2, knight back, followed by bishop b4 check, and so on. Hopeless. So, what can white do? After bishop takes e7, queen b6, as I said, Byrne played bishop c4, developing, finally, and threatening to castle. What would you play with black here? Bishop e7 was played. How would you react with black? Knight takes c3. Very true, very good. Black just threatens to play rook e8, pinning the bishop on e7. And now white went back with the bishop. And I hope bishop c5 was the game continuation. And I hope you have seen how black can continue and win now. Bishop c4. And Bobby Fischer played knight takes c3, quite a route, knight f6, knight e4, knight c3, capturing pawns on the way. And now the idea is, of course, after queen takes c3, just rook e8, and black regains the bishop on e7 with clear advantage. So white went bishop c5, attacking the queen, attacking the knight, and also maybe still threatening to capture on f8. So black went rook e8 check, king f1, and now it's time to crown black's play. How would you continue here? It's quite interesting, by the way, that Vladimir Kramnik at a show event, he was presented some positions and was asked to find the winning moves. And he didn't know this position. He didn't know the game, and he was asked, oh, how can black win here? Or he was asked, do you know this game? He said, no, I don't, but if you mean, if you want to know how black wins here, it's this and that, and of course he was right. He needed about 1 second for that. Still, he didn't know that game. Okay, how would you play with black here? Black to play and win. Bishop e6. This is just brilliant. Brilliant chess. Bobby Fischer, at the age of 12, played bishop e6, sacrificed his queen, and went on to win a brilliant game, as we shall see. But bishop e6. You found it. Congratulations. Splendid. King f1 was white's last move, and now Bobby played the brilliant bishop e6. Bishop e6 is all about the white square diagonal to f1. Because if bishop takes bishop, now black has queen b5 check. And he checkmates. After king e1, of course, queen e2 is made. And after king g1, we see a nice smothered mate. Knight e2 check. King f1, knight g3, double check, king f1, and now it's made into a classic. Queen f1, rook takes f1, knight e2, checkmate. What a sight to see, always nice. So, after bishop e6, white cannot capture on e6. He must take the queen, and after this, he just loses way too much material. Bishop takes b6, now black captures on c4 check. The king has only one square. King g1, and now knight e2 check. King f1. Knight d4 check. Breaking in another pawn, and also opening the diagonal for the bishop. King back. Knight e2 check. King f1. Knight c3 check. Again a nice knight route, for example, here. Check, check. Back and back. King g1, and now Bobby Fischer just captured on b6. And at the moment he has got only, what has he got? Two bishops for the queen. But he will win much more material. He will win both the rook, no,